Sometimes when God gives you a vision and you understand the how and you do that for a hot minute, the like things start changing around you. And sometimes the how needs to change. So the plan that you originally co-created with God like is no longer the plan. And if there is one thing that I see trip up other entrepreneurs and trip up leaders and trip up people who have like these big callings and these big visions to use gifts that God has given them, one thing that trips them up, it is that they cannot pivot. They have a plan that they were given by God and they start doing it and it works for a minute or even a while and then it stops working. They do one of two things. They either like panic and freeze and go, oh my gosh, like this must mean that I'm not supposed to have what it is that I want. This must mean that like I don't get to continue on. Like this must mean that God's changed the vision, changed the calling, changed the gift, changed the things. And they panic and they freeze and they stop. And they like go back to a job. And hear me, I'm not saying that getting a job is a bad thing. I'm saying they like just drop their dream and go back to some other form of security or safety or stability, but working for someone else, which is definitely not like they know is not what God called them to do. Or they like persist and they keep doing the thing that is not working because they're like, well, this is the plan God gave me. This is the how. And so when I have somebody come to me and they're like, Lee, what I was doing was working and now it's not, and they are either in that panic or that persist, I invite them to check out a third option. And the third option is to pause and to pray. It is to open yourself back up and to slow down enough to be still and to be able to hear that still, small, quiet voice of God who's probably like been giving you a how to pivot for a hot minute and you haven't been able to hear it because you've been so frozen or so like, hyperactive in trying to get things to work because they're no longer working. So that is my invitation to you, is to pause and to pray. When we decided to make the big shift that we did in our business, like completely closing a 7-figure earning institute online, teaching trauma, to moving over to running a growth and strategy academy and agency, that was a big shift. And that only came after we really paused and prayed over the fact that what we were doing at our institute wasn't working. It was not easy for my ego. It was not easy for our bank account. It was not easy for any part of the journey to get still and get quiet and listen and be willing to wait and listen and pray and read the Bible and do more of those things until God was like, okay, I've sorted enough of the things out that here is the how. And then when he gave us the how and he showed us that the how was taking us toward our